reports of mismanagement are yet to be discussed by Treasury, the SAA board, or the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance. It's not clear why these oversight bodies have failed to deal with the rot at SAA, let alone implementing the recommendations made by the audit reports. Let's take a look at how many investigations have taken place so far at SAA. Over to Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Edwin and Cindy. Well, taking a look at some of the investigations that were made, these probes were to look at forensics, financials, procurement, and the turnaround strategies of SAA. The investigations were about 91 million rand that was spent. Taking a look from 2014, found out forensic investigation, a backport forensic investigation, Simon and M supplies, and illegal dry snacks tender. We move on now to the 2014-2015 sector. It's Sao Paulo baggage claim payments, Air Chef's wine procurement, and then as well the big one that everybody is talking about, the A320 Airbus sale and leaseback of the aircraft. Well, taking a look at 2015 fly cargo aircraft supply tender, sale of SAAT surplus material, 90-day action plan audit, and procurement practices at SAA. Now moving on to the 2015 and 2016 financial investigation into SAA losses, AAR awarding of tender. We will take a look at that a little bit later as well. SM investigation, and then moving on to 2016 and 2017. In 2016, SAA and SA Express amalgamation, and in 2017, a long-term turnaround strategy. Well, that is some of the investigations that they looked into from 2014. It's back to you in studio.
And joining us now is Ahmed Sheikh Imam, NFP MP. Good evening, or rather good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us. We were just saying about the oversight committees, where there should be at least a monitoring, evaluation, some action in trying to stop the looting at SAA. Why has it not been done?
Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to our guests and the viewers out there. Indeed, you know, the release of the reports is a clear indication of not wanting to find a solution to the challenges at South African Airways, because the emphasis for many years is on privatization. And I must add that we have repeatedly in Parliament questioned why is it that there's a belief and understanding that if you privatize South African Airways, it can make a profit, and it can't make a profit if it's a state-owned entity. And I think what is very, very clear, that South African Airways, there are those individuals specifically that want South African Airways to fail. Now, Treasury, to come in there, has taken over the responsibility to ensure that they deal with the challenges at South African Airways. But they failed to do that over a number of years, despite the fact that in Parliament we have repeatedly asked them to deal with the matter as a matter of urgency. In fact, some of us have actually objected to even the notion of privatizing South African Airways, because we believe that South African Airways can be profitable if the correct thing is done, and that we deal with the issues of management rather than with the infighting, and also deal with the challenges that are faced in terms of the cabin crew, in terms of the routes, in terms of the maladministration. Now, ministers after ministers of finance from Treasury have come and assured us the matters were being dealt with. And all we can do is we question them, they report according to the matters being dealt with. Want South African Airways to succeed so that it can be privatized. Now, what I think we can pick up very, very clearly is there's obviously a conflict of interest in terms of management, because and that is why there's so much of infighting, because some want it to succeed and others don't want it to succeed. Now, you know, when the matter was taken away to Treasury, for Treasury to have the responsibility and administration, in fact, we have even asked Treasury, why not bring a specialist team of outside management for a period of time to turn South African Airways from a loss-making to a profit? Even that has not been done. But the previous minister, and I must emphasize, Praveen Gordhan, has insisted that now we are talking already to people about going to privatizing. And for me, privatizing should be the last. We have not really done much to try and save South African Airways and deal with the challenges. And you can see in terms of what we're in, it's not that there's no money being made. The flights are full. There's a lot of money being made. Where is the money going? You could see wasteful expenditure. And if you look at in Miami, I mean, that is not acceptable. 57 employees and nothing is going on, an office that really doesn't exist. Contracts are being signed. Contracts are being extended. So clearly, there is a problem in the management of South African Airways, and Treasury must take responsibility for not having done enough to deal with the matter accordingly.